All right, what are we doing here with this Bam scoring 83? Breaking Kobe's record. Second place now for highest scoring game performances. First is still 100 points by Will Chamberlain. It's not on camera. We ain't got no footage of it, but a lot of people give Wilt that credit. You know, there's people that was around and said that there was a witness to it. He's got that. He's in the history books for it. Kobe's 81, historic. How it happened, when it happened, how he played, how it was in the flow of the game. And here you go in a game that means nothing to nobody. And a player that is a high value player, but not a superstar, right? Is that why the backlash is coming? Or is it the way that it happened? Is it a combination of both? I'm going to listen to this breakdown here. Mind you, a lot of bias here. This is an overly Kobe fan. You can even see some of that in his background. I'm going to pull up then 3 or 4 reactions from people in the NBA. Then I'm going to give y'all my take on all of this, all right? Because this is one of the biggest sports headlines in recency. You know, 83 is supposed to be a big moment, but are they killing him for it? Are they trying to take it from him? Or is it just hate because Kobe's involved? We're going to see.
Kobe Bryant is rolling around in his grave. That Bam Adebayo free throw merchanted and shot chucked his way in a 25-point game against a 16-win team in the Washington Wizards to an 83-point performance. Totally and utterly classless, nauseating, and disgusting. It spits in the face of everything that Kobe Bryant stood for, everything that Kobe Bryant was about. Just think back to that 81-point performance. It was about a month earlier where Kobe had 62 points in 3 quarters against the Dallas Mavericks. He was outscoring the Dallas Mavericks by himself through 3 and had 62, and he benched himself. Phil Jackson sent an assistant coach to see if Kobe wanted to go back in and try to assault the record books, and Kobe said, "No, we don't need it. Why would I go back in and try to score more points? The game's over. We've already won. I'll get it some other time when it actually matters, when we need the points." And of course, the Lakers coaching staff thought that was an outrageous take by Kobe Bryant, but less than a month later, they were down by 14 points at halftime against the Toronto Raptors, and the Lakers were still only up 8 at the end of the third quarter in that game against Toronto, where Kobe Bryant dropped 81. Tonight, the Heat were dominating the hapless Wizards all game long. They were up 16 points at the end of the third quarter, but Bam just went in and stayed in and kept jacking. He stayed in through a timeout under 3 minutes with about 2 minutes and 56 seconds left. He stayed in with 77 points. With the Heat up by 25 points, he went back in after that timeout and continued shot chucking and jacking and missing every shot, by the way, that he was taking. But the Wizards kept fouling for some reason. Again, I am crying foul on this. We need to launch an immediate investigation into the free throw merchanting that went on tonight by Bam Adebayo, and because the Washington Wizards were implicit in this rig job. The final line for Bam, who played in 42 minutes in a game where, again, the Heat were up by double digits, floating back and forth between 15 and 25-point lead for basically the entire game. He plays 42 minutes. He jacked 43 shots, made only 20 of them, by the way, less than 50% shooting from the field tonight, 20 of 43. He shot 7 of 22 from the three-point line. And are you ready for this? Are you sitting down? Take a deep breath, get a sip of water or something. 36 of 43 from the free throw line. Do not.
Okay. All right, before we get into the NBA stars' reactions, that's a good summary right there. The biggest problem that a lot of people are having, damn near everybody, it's the free throws. 43 free throws. Now, I don't buy the Wizards are in on some type of scam or stunt because they're the ones that's fouling Bam. Nah. The way that they started defending him and throwing 3 people at him, triple teaming him towards the end, they didn't want to be the team to have that record broken on them. Think about Kobe. Kobe's got like commercials and skits where, was it Jalen Rose? Was it? But he's got skits tormenting the Toronto Raptors for hanging 81 on them. It's not just about the player that has a score like that puts up a historical night like that. It's about the team that you do it to as well. Nobody in franchise history wants to be the one like, oh, yeah, remember that third greatest or second greatest scoring night of all time? That happened on our defense. That happened on our court against our players, our team, our franchise. Nobody wants that, you know? So if you look at the footage, There's times when they start triple teaming Bam even before he crosses the half court line. Why? They didn't want him to set a record on them. So I don't really buy like this whole game for him to get to 43 free throws. It's being done out of some type of scam that we need to investigate the actual defending team against. I don't buy that. I don't buy that. You know, does it take endurance? Does it take skill? Does it take a great player to still be able to drop 83 points in an NBA game? 100%. And Bam is a great player. He's an all-star, isn't he? Like, Bam is Bam. Like, I can't act like Bam ain't one of them guys. He's not a superstar. He's not somebody that we expect to drop 83. There's other players on his team that you might expect to drop 83, maybe even a Tyler Hero, somebody like that before him, right? So nobody really expects that. And I feel like it happening on Kobe's record, that's the second piece. The free throws is one of the biggest things, if not the second piece of, interchange them 1 and 2 spots, it being Kobe's second place record. The beloved deceased Kobe Bryant. Kobe being Bryant. Mamba mentality and the way that he did it in the flow of the game. So when we talk about flow of the game, that's another thing that you hear a lot about why people's like, with this shit. Their fucking team was pulling some bullshit in the fourth quarter. They were doing things like fouling to stop the clock so they can get more shot opportunities or scoring opportunities for Bam. That's not the flow of the game. That's like patterns. That's padding the stats. When we see somebody going for a triple-double, this happens to LeBron. This happened at times to Russell Westbrook. He's gotten criticism about it before, where you see, let's say, the center on the team underneath the hoop coming off for a rebound, but there's somebody else like the point guard, like Russell Westbrook, that's like 2 feet shorter than the center. The center steps aside and lets him get like his final rebound for a triple-double. And we've seen some outlandish stuff as well. Game over, somebody still runs down the court, throws it against the backboard and catches it to call that a rebound. It's stat pattern. It's not within the flow of the game. Could never respect the fake fraudulent BS. Oh, let's stop the clock. Let's foul the opposing team, even though we don't need to, so we can get another possession for Bam. I get it. Scoring 83 is not easy on any court, unless it's unlimited time. On any court, scoring 83 is not easy. It just wasn't natural, So you got 43 free throws. You got it happening and uprooting Kobe Bryant's second place record. And you got it not happening naturally within the flow of the game for real. And the team pulling some bullshit stunts towards the end, where you got somebody like Kobe, when their team is up and he's already got like 60 plus points, he pulls himself, they pull him out. He doesn't play the garbage minutes. So that's why. And if you ask me, how do I feel about it? I do think that those things taint it. And I'm not too hype about the 83 for those reasons. I hate to pull an accolade like that from somebody. I'm not going to hate on them for it. But if I heard this 10 years from now, I'd probably be like, oh, yeah, well, there was some additional factors in there. And that's what he's going to actually live with. It is what it is. One of those asterisks. Will time erase all those factors and just let him have his record? Maybe not. All right, let's take a look at some of the stars in the league and their reaction. So this is Wemby. You literally got critics right now that's saying it's official. He's the number one player in the world, not just in the world, period. And that's a good debate. Look at his reaction.
Bam had 83 tonight. And does that give you any inspiration to go for some of the bigger scoring numbers in history?
Yeah, I saw.
I
think we're playing a league where there's plenty of inspiration to look up to. But yeah, I saw.
Bam had 83.
Let's go to another superstar, right? Let's go to Giannis. See what he's saying.
Bam Adebayo did tonight. Just if you do know, just what your reaction was to it.
I heard guys, 83, incredible. Speaks volumes in his hard work. I haven't seen the game. I have to watch the game and see.
36.
Oh, you didn't see the game.
43 from the line.
Free throws?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you get there.
He did seem a little shocked when he heard 43 and then he said free throws. He did seem a little shocked for a quick split second. Is this media training at its finest?
All that matters that you got it. Like in 10,
Maybe,
20, 30
maybe
years
not.
from now, nobody's going to remember how many free throw.
That's what I was saying. Will time erase how it happened? Maybe.
He shot. I don't think I remember how many shots Kobe shot or how many free throws he made or threes. All you remember is 81, Wilt, 100. Like you don't remember that, you know. So at the end of the day, he got 83 points.
Bam Adebayo did.
Nah, I think that was a genuine reaction. I ain't gonna do that to Giannis. I think that was real because he's right. Time can erase stuff like that. Look at LeBron's bubble ring. People don't even really say bubble too much anymore. You know, at first, you had a lot of people that taught the ring and try to put an asterisk next to it, but now time is erasing it slowly but surely. And you go another generation from now, nobody's going to talk about the bubble. They're just going to say it's another one of his rings. All right, so we'll see. All right, let's do KD. What are he talking about?
I couldn't believe it when I was hearing it in real time. Just like he got 30 in the first quarter, he got 70. Congratulations to Bam. I know how much work he puts in. I looked at the stat sheet. It's pretty crazy. 40 shots, 40 free throws, 23s. That takes a lot of stamina, man. It takes a lot of energy to go out there and put those shots up, but also make them and set a record and surpass Kobe as the second highest scoring player in the history of the game. I mean, damn. Congrats to him. Huge, huge accomplishment. Something we're gonna be talking about forever. I couldn't.
Oh man, the actual star players are spinning me a little bit. They spinning my perspective a little bit. A little bit. Because think about this too, people. So he just hung up 83. 43 free throws. Take 20 of them away, which is less than now. If he had 21 free throws, that's less than the amount of free throws that Kobe took when he hung up 81. Now let's put Bam at 63. How many players have scored 63 points? Let's see. How many NBA players have scored at least 63 points in one game? See, now this is where somebody like Kevin Durant's opinion makes a lot of sense. The endurance, the skill to still score 83 points. It's still worth taking a look at, man. All right, hold on. Let me refresh this page because I do want that stat. Let's get that stat real quick. 63 points in one game. I'm going to guess it's going to be less than 15. I'm going to guess that. Players who have scored 63 points in one NBA game. 17. I said 15. All right, so I was close. You got Wilt. You got Kobe's 81. You got Luka did 73. David Thompson did 73. Damian Lillard hung up 71. Donovan Mitchell 71. David Robinson 71. Elgin Baylor 71. What's with all these 71s? Joel Embiid put up 70. I forgot that. I do remember Devin Booker 70. Michael Jordan 69. Pete Maravich 68. Rick Barry 64. Giannis did 64. Okay. Now we start getting to that number. I was just breaking it down to 63. Joe Folks, I don't even know who that is. Jerry West 63. George Gervin 63. 17 people did it. You gotta respect it. You gotta respect it a little bit more. All right, but one more that's on the opposite. That seemed that they had a little bit of a hate towards it.
Adebayo had 83 points tonight. Just, I'm sure you know, Bam. What are your thoughts on that and such a historic night?
Yeah, I mean, first thing you think is how, because of, not because of him, but because of the way he plays, and I saw only made 6 threes, but 40 free throws or something like that. Tells the story right there. And the Washington Wizards.
Bam Adebayo had
definitely 2 shots. It tells the story right there. Well, it could have been 3. He said the way that somebody plays. So that's a shot at Bam. The second one could be a shot at the league and refs. And the third one, he took a shot at the opponents. He's like, come on, like, who's he playing? Like, I mean, who were the Toronto Raptors when Kobe did his 81? There wasn't nobody, That wasn't the Kawhi-led Toronto Raptors or nothing like that, right? So, all right. All in all, I don't think that it amounts to 81, the 81 that Kobe hung up, because it's just done and played differently within the flow of the game competitively. You know, but I do respect it. I do. I do. I do. I just don't see people hanging up 63 points, shave off 20 of them free throws every night. Only 17 people in NBA history have done it, 63. So you got to respect it. Some of us are going to hate it. And if it wasn't Kobe, if it was somebody else that wasn't a megastar like that holding that second record, he definitely wouldn't be getting this much backlash. Got some problems with the way that they did that shit, but got to still respect it.